Hi everyone, welcome back here to Stanford University, Avery Stadium for the 2014 Junior Olympics. We're here on Championship Sunday, final day of the 2014 JOs, and we're getting set for the 12U Girls Gold Medal match. This is the Championship Tournament Platinum Division alongside 2012 Olympic gold medalist Greg Mess. I'm not the gold medalist, Jessica Steffens is. I wish. Someday, maybe. She's Jessica Steffens. I'm Greg Meskel. I've seen a gold medal once, and we're here a few times. Yeah, we're here. We're at Stanford for the 12U girls final. Santa Barbara and Trojan getting set to start things off here. Trojan in the dark cap, Santa Barbara in the white. This is a big day for Santa Barbara as they have a couple of teams into gold medal championship finals here. An exciting time here, Jess. We get back to a little more traditional, normal course size. Still a smaller ball, shorter game, 6-minute quarters, but exciting times for both of these programs.
Absolutely, man. I can't remember the last time I played 6-minute quarters. Sounds nice.
So we're about set for the opening sprint here. Referee's getting into position.
Now the sprint is really going to set the tone for this game. So I'm sure the sprinters have a little jitters going on right now because I'm sure that this is something that they've talked about, winning that first sprint to open up the championship game.
And balls in the water, and getting there first going to be Santa Barbara. They're going to start things off. Their head coach Brian Roth, and Santa Barbara ready to go here. Shackelford controlling, and now Cassidy Miller. And right out of the gate, we're going to get the ball out here. Could be a...
The shot clocks weren't working.
So shot clocks were off. We'll take a look at the rosters here while we have a break for Santa Barbara. Anna Cable in the goal, Shannon Connolly, Charlize Winter, Ella Prentice, Abigail Hendricks, Sabina Shackelford, Claire Cronin, Megan Musick, Hannah Meyer, Cassidy Miller, Emma Engmar, Angela Drake, Riley Kristen, Anna Amaral, and Ava Stryker for Santa Barbara. And for Trojan, their head coach Patricia Jonsko, Catherine Reitzman in the goal, Hannah Rome, Clara Goldstein, Lee Leiter, Taylor Horn, Genevieve Berta, Julia Yanov, Brooklyn Behenna, Sophia Igloy, Yasmin Ella Haghigi, one of the tougher names out here, and Kennedy East. And we're back to the action. Heavy pressure here from Trojan to start things off. Running out of time on the shot clock. Just 3 seconds left. See if they get a try off here. And wave it off. That one did go to the back of the net, but won't count. Shot clock already expired.
That was some really good pressure by the Trojan defense. Sometimes teams like to play defense first just to really put the pressure on that first possession.
Almost like deferring the kickoff in the NFL. Entry goes inside here. Being pushed out near 5 meters. Here's a look. Shot and a save. That's Cable knocking that one down on the attempt by East.
You can already tell that Santa Barbara is going to be very active on defense today. We'll see how long they can keep that up.
And here's the contra foul. This one will turn it over, and it'll come back to Trojan. Bit of a looping pass. They get it over here to Leiter. He's controlling on the near side. Looking for somebody. And she'll get it out onto the perimeter. Now here's a chance in close. Just an ordinary. Shot clock to 11 here for Trojan. Here's Yasmin controlling. About to run out of time.
I like how Santa Barbara came back to help on the 2-meter player. Even though they could have countered and gone to offense, it's really important to finish out that play.
And there a turnover right as the shot clock was winding down. Dangerous pass there, trying to thread the needle between 2 Trojan defenders, and they come away with it. Kennedy East with the steal.
Looks like that hit someone on the head.
Too good of a pass.
A head pass is not an illegal pass.
Here's a good look inside in between 2 defenders. Deals off to the weak side, but not too much on that pass. And coming over there was Cassidy Miller for the steal.
So far we're seeing a lot of really good hustle here in the first couple minutes.
We saw in the 10U game, obviously, the shortened course. This is some pretty big water for the 12U to swim around in. And that draws an exclusion inside. 6-on-5 opportunity coming now. Yasmin called there.
Looks like we're heading into a well, I'm not exactly sure at this point what the formation is here. But some good passing for sure.
There's a shot attempt.
Great save by the goalie. That's great. I've actually had some goalies in my time that were really good at making sure the ball didn't go in if it was hanging out right there on the line.
And that one got a little past Reitzman, but she was able to dig it out.
Yep.
2:44 to go here in the first. We're scoreless between Santa Barbara and Trojan in this 12U girls final. Here's Yanov on the move. She'll stop there. Deals it out.
Perimeter shot.
Long shot from way downtown. It's Kennedy East connecting, and Trojan strikes first.
Santa Barbara's very, very, very active, but they've done this a couple times and giving players a couple extra seconds with the ball because they are being so active and chasing people down. And that's the opening that you leave when you're so active.
1-0 lead here for Trojan. 2:24 to play in the first. Aggressive defense here from Trojan.
Oh, I like that move from the center player up there, Ella Prentice.
Entry inside. Good look inside. Looking to turn. Still holding the ball.
Wow.
Now puts it away. Score for Santa Barbara. That's Sabina Shackelford getting Santa Barbara on the board. It's a 1-1 game.
Was that a little Cammie Craig in there?
It looked like it also from Santa Barbara.
She just never let go of the ball.
How about the power there to kind of hang on and still make that turn?
Yeah, that's incredible. Great move.
And all even at 1. 2:07 to play here in the first between Trojan and Santa Barbara. What are we seeing here defensively from Santa Barbara?
Well, right now Santa Barbara is in a little bit of a press, a little bit of a drop. I think there's some miscommunications there, but that's some good defense.
And they force the ball under there. Coming over, Shackelford comes over along with Prentice.
Oh.
Another ordinary there on the near side.
We've got a lone Santa Barbara player up at the top here at 3.
There comes the
Let's
pass.
see what she can do.
Shackelford walks it in. She'll take a look. Tries to go upper corner. Rebound is there, but a big save in close. Reitzman knocks that down with 1:23 to go in the first. Fast-moving first period here. This 12U final. We're tied at 1. Trojan and Santa Barbara.
Oh, I'm seeing a dangerous counterattack here with Kennedy East getting behind the Santa Barbara player. But it looks like Santa Barbara has it under control.
This one goes over the top. Looking for Behenna. Only 6 on the shot clock. Going to go back into the backcourt and try a long lob, and that one clears the goal over the cage, and it comes back in to Cable. Under a minute to play here in the first, tied at 1.
Oh, if they can just clear out that middle space a little bit. Yep.
Good look over the top. And score it.
Great finish.
Santa Barbara in close. Shackelford scores her second. Trojan looking for a little contra foul there. Might have used the off arm, but was able to put it away, and it's a 2-1 lead for Santa Barbara with 36 seconds to go here in the first.
Well, Sabina Shackelford clearly has some strong legs over there to be able to get up out of the water and make that move to her left, force the goalie to move. That's when you can find the openings right in front of the cage like that.
Able to take advantage. She has both goals here for Santa Barbara with just 36 seconds to play in the first. Pressure in the backcourt. 19 seconds left in the first quarter.
Santa Barbara is doing a great job of pressing the Trojan at this point in time. Just putting good pressure without fouling.
Tossed that one up as the shot clock was about to expire. Now shot clock is off, and we're about to run out of time here in this first quarter. Santa Barbara won't get a shot off, but they've done the job here in this first 6 minutes. They're ahead of Trojan 2-1. And our 12U girls final will take a timeout and return with the second right here live on CoachesAid.com. Second quarter about to begin in our 12U girls final, along with Jessica Steffens, Greg Meskel here. Thanks for joining us on CoachesAid.com. Here at Stanford University. Full day of water polo. This is just the second of 5 games we'll have on the day. We'll take you up through the 18U girls final coming up at 4:45 p.m. thereabouts.
All right, the first quarter is over. That's hopefully where you get all your nerves or jitters out. So let's see what these girls have to bring in this quarter. Finish out the half.
And ball's in the water, and Santa Barbara is there. That's Angela Drake getting to that ball first. And they'll start things off on offense. So it's a lot of pressure on defense from both sides.
A lot of pressure. A lot of good defense here.
That results in a turnover. It's Kennedy East doing a little bit of everything. She's scored the only goal for Trojan and helping generate a turnover there. Shot clock to 15 as Trojan works on the offensive end. Long try, easy save there for Cable. Now here's Santa Barbara on the attack.
Some really good pressure on the counterattack. It's actually making it difficult for the teams to make it all the way down the pool. Which is why you're going to see a lot of long passes, trying to get the ball up closer to the cage.
Shot clock to 4. Entry inside. They'll have a chance, but the defense is there to knock down that try from Meyer from behind.
That was strong defense by the 2-meter defender. She kept both of her hands up because she saw that her teammate was coming back to help. That's a great position to be in. Strong legs, hands up. Got a crasher coming. As long as you stay cool, calm, and collected. Woo!
There's a try off the bar and the rebound to Santa Barbara. 4:30 to play in the first half. 2-1, Santa Barbara in front. Cross pass. And another defensive steal. It's taken away there. Beautifully done. Lee Leiter coming over. There's Trojan on the attack from way downtown. Score it. Another deep goal for Kennedy East.
You know, typically, I would say if a player is going to be that far out, even though she scored earlier from that position, we're doubling down on the center position. We're covered up elsewhere. Going to force her to come in closer to the goal, but I think that in this case, I might change that strategy. If I was the Santa Barbara team, I think I would be thinking about putting more pressure on her up there.
Yeah, she's shown the ability to hit. That was a nearly similar shot that she connected on in the first period, and she's tied the game here at 2 with under 4 to play in the first half. There's a look inside. There's a goal. Scorer for Santa Barbara at number 5, Abigail Hendricks.
That's tough. The 2-meter player and the 2-meter D were definitely jarring for position in there. And the ball came in when the 2-meter D wasn't looking. And I think that's why the referees let Abigail have that one. Otherwise, if the 2-meter player was in good position, I think that would have been a contra foul.
A little bit of a shove off there, right?
Yeah.
3-2 lead for Santa Barbara. Trojan had just tied things up. And now Santa Barbara coming back with another goal. Here's the entry inside, and there's a ball under. And it's taken away by Santa Barbara.
Ooh, that was almost a steal there.
You mentioned the long passes.
Great defense. Did you see that?
Beautifully done.
The Trojan player, let's see, Julia, knocked down the elbow as Abigail was trying to make that pass and forced her to make a bad pass and ended up stealing the ball. That is great defense. Well coached.
And then just tosses it up, and it's taken away. And now Santa Barbara could have some numbers here. They're on the move. Trojan doing a nice job getting back. Here's Hendricks on the attack. She'll shoot it and score it. Back-to-back goals for Abigail Hendricks. And it's a 4-2 lead right now for Santa Barbara with 2:45 to play in the first half. Jess, you mentioned a lot of the long passes that are being required. It's really leaving opportunities open for defenders to kind of see the pass coming and get out there and make a steal.
Right, that's why we've seen a lot of back and forth in this game so far because the passes are so long. And a lot of these girls aren't quite strong enough yet where they can make that pass really quickly and really hard. That way the defenders are able to anticipate those passes and make the move for the steal.
Here's a chance for Trojan.
Wow, go for it again.
Who else but Kennedy East, this time though missing wide right. And the ball comes back into Santa Barbara.
If you watch Santa Barbara on offense, they're just constantly moving. So the Trojan really need to be paying attention. Heads up.
That's good defense there at 2 meters by Trojan, forcing that ball under.
Yep. I'm telling you, great defense on both sides here, Greg. This is fun. I like this kind of game.
This is a Jess Steffens game right here.
Yeah.
Defense all around.
Defense counterattack.
Another steal taken away.
Look at that. Just so much effort coming back to make the steal. And now going on to the counterattack.
And here's an opportunity moving in. Santa Barbara put on the brakes, puts it away, score it. The number 6, that's Shackelford, and that's her third. And Santa Barbara with their largest lead of the game right now. They go ahead 5-2 on Trojan with 2:01 to go in the first half.
It's so important to be able to put the ball away when you're that close to the cage. You might think that that's the easiest shot to make, but a lot of times, especially as you get older and the goalies get bigger, that is a really tough shot to score.
.140 to play here, first half. Another long outside try. And that one left of the goal on the attempt by East. So she's made a couple of those the last couple of times down. It's worked out for Santa Barbara. Now in transition, here's an exclusion. So go against Trojan and Genevieve Berta. She heads out, and now power play here for Santa Barbara.
That's the advantage of constantly moving and having a strong counterattack. So you get the ball in the right place, ball side pass. Just gives you opportunities that you wouldn't get if you weren't moving.
Here's the wide open look. Moving in and lost the handle. That one goes high over the goal, and the attempt there by Shackelford as the sides come even. Here's Trojan on the attack. Santa Barbara, a number of people back already. They have the advantage on defense here. Under a minute to play here in the first half. And there's an exclusion. So
that's too bad. I think that was just some miscommunication there. They had 2 players guarding the drive, and rather than switching the responsibility, it ended up turning into an ejection.
Prentice excluded and scored for Trojan. It's Lee Leiter right in front, gets one back for Trojan. They trail now 5-3 with 30 seconds to play.
This Trojan team is crafty, that is for sure.
Both sides aggressive on defense, and Trojan, after getting a couple of outside shots to go, now gets something in close.
Last possession of the half, Santa Barbara's got to be thinking, use the whole shot clock. Don't give Trojan another opportunity. But make sure that at the end of the shot clock, you're either getting it into your center play or getting a good shot off.
Just 15 seconds left here in the half. Quick turn, and didn't run that all the way down. Now 13 seconds to play. And Trojan will have it back, seeing if they can draw it within one. Trailing here 5-3, 7 seconds left. East from way downtown, easy save for Cable. She might give it a look, and that'll bring us to the end of the first half. So 2 quarters in the books here in this 12U final, and it's Santa Barbara 5, Trojan 3. We're back after this on CoachesAid.com. Third quarter about to begin. Jess Steffens, Greg Meskel here with you at Stanford. It's a 5-3 lead for Santa Barbara. Jess, we look back at this first half. What is it that Santa Barbara is doing better or differently than Trojan that's given them this 2-goal lead?
You know, Santa Barbara is constantly moving. They have a lot of speed, and at least until this point, they've been able to maintain that speed, and that's been vital to their success in the original first half. The Trojan, though, have been very crafty. They've been able to score 3 goals, and Santa Barbara has not made the adjustments to prevent those goals, so we'll see what happens in this half.
Well, we'll get a jump ball here as they were there at the same time, and great vertical out of the water there.
Man, I love jump balls.
you don't get that often though.
Whose legs are better?
And controlled by Santa Barbara, but taken away by Trojan. Jump balls, though, not a very common thing in your experience.
No,
right?
I haven't had a jump ball since I was probably at JO's.
Outside shot, score it for Trojan. Off of the ordinary, that's a goal for Lee Leiter, her second, and it's a 1-goal game. 5-4 now, Santa Barbara in front. We're just underway here in the third.
Told you, Trojan, crafty team. They're going to put goals away any way they can, and that was pretty impressive. Totally caught Santa Barbara off guard.
Santa Barbara now in their own end. Floats one on the near side right in front of us here.
So, we got Santa Barbara working for a drive on the far side. We've got number 10 in center there. But now we've got number 4 driving in, ball side. Like I said, Santa Barbara is just constantly moving.
And they draw an exclusion. The shot clock was about to expire. Instead, they get Hannah Rome on an exclusion. And now a new opportunity here, 6-on-5. I
hope we get to see a shot block.
Oh, look at that.
That was close.
Bar in. On the outside shot by Cassidy Miller. Nicely done for Santa Barbara. They go back in front by 2, 6-4. 4:54 to go in the third. We talked about this Santa Barbara movement really paying dividends for them. That last offensive possession all maintained because of their movement to draw an exclusion.
Absolutely.
Double team there. And taken away by Santa Barbara.
That was some really heads-up play on both athletes there. Trojan player knew that there was 2 defenders around her. She picked up the ball, tried to make a move. Santa Barbara player picked her head up, saw the ball, stole it.
4:14 to play in the third, 6-4, Santa Barbara in front. Trojan has been playing catch-up here for the majority of this one. Shot clock to 10.
when you've got great perimeter defense like this, just doesn't even allow the Trojans to get a good shot opportunity. There, took a shot, but see how far away along the sideline she was.
And now here's that long passing we talked about. Santa Barbara getting their offense set up with 20 to go on the shot clock. 3:40 left in the third. Dangerous pass inside. Double team, still a fight for it, and now Trojan comes over to take it away. Good defense there by Yasmin. Here's Trojan on the attack.
Now Trojan is a little bit close together at this point in time. I know that they've scored a couple of outside shots like that, but if they want to continue having success in their offense, they're going to need to balance out a little bit, meaning a better 3-3 formation.
Santa Barbara looking to take advantage. Under 3 to play in the third. Entry inside.
You know, and Santa Barbara's just doing a good job of getting the ball into the 2-meter player as well.
Kennedy East excluded here, so a 6-on-5 now for Santa Barbara. See if they go into that 2-meter player. Driving through. Again, you see this whirlwind of motion here for the Santa Barbara team.
So we've got a 4-2 formation here on the 6-on-5. We've got 4 players for Santa Barbara along the 2-meter line. 2 players up top. But the Trojans have done a good job of
almost bar down on that attempt there from Ella Prentice. Credit the Trojan defense there for making that more difficult.
Yeah, it was a good 5-on-6. Great heads-up pass on that.
Here's a look, and they put it away into the corner. Score for Trojan.
See, Julia really drew in those 2 players there, and a lot of times when you do that, you're hoping that one of your teammates is open. She found her open teammate. That was great.
Yasmin puts it away. You mentioned the balance on offense and kind of the 3-3. For those that maybe are watching this for the first time or not too familiar, you're kind of referring to a few players a little further away from the goal, maybe some closer to the goal, kind of spread things out a little bit.
Yeah, similar to how earlier we talked about a 6-on-5 formation, you want spacing. So you want to be able to see the pool. The closer you are to your teammates, the easier it is for the defense to guard 2 people.
There's an exclusion. This will go against Yasmin of Trojan. That's her second. Power play
so
here.
We are on a 6-on-5 play with Santa Barbara, and it looks like they are trying to come into a 4-2 formation again, but it looks like they've got specific spots that they want to be getting into, which is great, but a lot of times it actually takes too much time to get into those spots, so you don't have a chance to really run your play.
Had a decent look there. They'll pass it back out. Shot clock getting close to expiring, but no matter. They put it home, scored for Cassidy Miller. That's her second, and it's a 7-5 lead for Santa Barbara. Just when you think things are falling apart on offense, Miller gathers herself and puts it away.
I think the Trojans really missed an opportunity to block that one, though, because their player was coming even, and they really could have had that opportunity to go out and press the ball there because they were coming in even.
Well, we talk about this all the time. At every level, it seems like right at the beginning of an exclusion and right as one is coming to an end, great opportunity to score because the defense seems a little confused.
Yep, absolutely. Requires just that little extra bit of focus during the transition periods. Same as on a counterattack, as you'll start to see.
Minute remaining here in the third, a 7-5 lead for Santa Barbara. Trojan trying to battle back once more.
So we've got the 2-meter player and the 2-meter D up here, almost at 5 meters. Looks like the 2-meter player got pushed out, but just opens up room for another drive to come through.
Tries to go over the top there to Yanov, who is driving towards the goal. Instead, it comes the other way. Long outlet pass, but not enough on it. But great hustle there from Shackelford, able to get underneath and around her defender to pick that one up before it could become a turnover.
Looks like there was some use of her legs there to control her defender. Just good heads up counterattack.
Entry inside, and there's an exclusion. That'll go against Kennedy East. That's her second. On the entry pass in, try to drag down that defender. Shot clock is off now. 20 seconds left here in the third as Santa Barbara goes on the power play. Near side off the post. Rebound controlled by Reitzman.
See if the Trojan will get one last shot attempt here.
Just 5 seconds left.
This is a long shot to take.
East looking, and she'll pass it off instead. They won't get a shot off when we come to the end of the third. Fourth quarter on the way in this 12U girls final. It's Santa Barbara 7, Trojan 5. We're back after this on CoachesAid.com. Fourth quarter on the way in our girls 12U final, Santa Barbara and Trojan. It's been a good one here, Jess. 7-5, Santa Barbara in front, but Trojan not going away.
Yep, 2-goal game. 1 or 2-goal game is really a lot of times what you want it to come down to in the end. Make it a tough fourth quarter. Whether you're up or down, that's still close enough where it could be anybody's game at this point.
See what Trojan has in this fourth quarter if they can come back. 6 minutes remain. Coming up after this, we'll have our 14U girls final. And we're underway, and Santa Barbara controls the opening sprint to start things off here in the fourth.
Looked like Trojan almost had that, but Santa Barbara was able to take it back.
Shorter quarters, 6 minutes remaining, 2-goal deficit, a little bit bigger out there, thinking about the possessions you have left. Trojan going to try and knock down any opportunity for a future goal here by Santa Barbara. Keep this a 2-goal game.
So we've got Trojan fronting the 2 meters here. Number 11 from Trojan is doing a good job. Oh, uh-oh.
Wave that off.
That was close.
A little too close for Trojan. They'll get it back. 30 seconds gone by here in the fourth. 7-5 lead for Santa Barbara.
I like the anticipation on that, but I also like to close out of possession.
Here's Trojan looking to generate something on offense. Outside attempt. Easy save there for Anna Cable.
Uh-oh. Looks like we've got a player up situation unless Trojan can get back here.
Yeah, good opportunity here for Santa Barbara, and there's an easy exclusion call. That will go against Rome of Trojan, and now a 6-on-5 here for Santa Barbara. Gonna have a nice look here for Meyer, and she skips it home near side. Hannah Meyer puts that one away.
Wow, Santa Barbara is just really taking advantage of their counterattack. These last few possessions, they've gotten a bunch of 6-on-5s. And they've been able to take good shots off of those 6-on-5s.
8-5 lead for Santa Barbara. 4:45 to go in the fourth.
If I had one piece of advice for the Trojan defenders at this point was to keep your hips up. They seem to be getting caught in a very vertical position in defense back here, so their hips are down, their hands are down. Just means they don't have good vision of the pool.
That entry pass almost stolen. Stays with Trojan. Ordinary. Here could be a shot. Instead, they've got a driver going through. Moving towards the goal. That'll be an exclusion called against Santa Barbara, and we'll get a timeout. Exclusion will go against Meyer. And a timeout called by Trojan. Good opportunity here with 4:22 left. Trailing 8-5. Possessions becoming very important here as we go down the stretch of this one.
We've had a few of those as we get towards the end of the game. Maybe the defense is getting a little bit tired, so they're not quite seeing the whole pool, but a couple situations where players are just left unguarded. It's a great opportunity for the offense.
And here's an inside look there at the huddle for Santa Barbara. Coach Roth. Can't totally tell what he's drawn up here. But I imagine it involves some movement if it's a Santa Barbara team.
You know, I always like when they show that up on the big screen, when there's a big screen.
I'm sure the coaches hate it, though, because there goes the play. Everyone knows it now. They're going to burn that one.
No, it's the worst. Even if you're on the opposing team, it's your opponent's cheat sheet that you're looking at. Can get into your head.
4:22 to play in the fourth, 8-5. Santa Barbara in front, but Trojan with a great opportunity here on the 6-on-5 coming out of the timeout.
As long as Trojan can continue to play good defense, there's definitely opportunity here to come back and win this championship.
Here's Trojan. They start with an overpass.
So Santa Barbara is coming out to press this 6-on-5, which, wow.
Oh, beautifully done.
Wow.
Cross cage. Somehow wraps that around the keeper.
That's how you want to punish a team if they're going to come out and press you.
That was Hannah Rome hitting on that one. Beautifully done. Difficult angle, too.
That's a tough angle. How did she do that?
And a big supportive double high five there when she gets back to the bench. Under 4 to go here in the game, so it's a 2-goal game, right back to where we were.
We've got a battle going on here at set and a steal.
And here comes Trojan
great
now.
Team defense here.
Beautiful steal there from Yanov. Trojan now on the attack, looking to make this a 1-goal game. Brooklyn Behenna ahead of the field.
She can let go of the ball. Oh.
And taken away.
If only she would have let go of the ball, let the ref give her the opportunity to earn a foul.
Instead it turns over. Angela Drake with the speed getting back on defense. Trying to go over the top and find Meyer. And she puts it away. Hannah Meyer. That's another for her. And that's a 3-goal lead once again for Santa Barbara. 9-6 with 3:20 to go in the fourth.
Now at this age group, they're not really paying too much attention to the shot clock. But with 3:20 to go, it's about 3.5 possessions each team. Trojan still has an opportunity here. Trojan needs some movement, make something happen on offense.
Trojan not in a position to match goals here with Santa Barbara, but they've got to continue to score. Shot clock to 5. Down to 2. Lob attempt off of the bar, and the rebound fought for and controlled by Santa Barbara. Good hustle there from Anna Cable getting there first. 2:42 to go here in the fourth, and Santa Barbara has it back. And Trojan in trouble now.
So what Trojan needs to do here is just play solid defense. Don't earn any ejections at this point. Force Santa Barbara to make mistakes just like that.
There's a turnover. Much needed for Trojan. On the move, they got to hustle. 2:13 to play in the fourth. Santa Barbara ahead 9-6 here in our 12U girls gold medal final.
Some more movement from the Trojans. Looks like they're going to try to take a 5-meter shot here.
And they're not going to get a shot off. Shot clock violation. So plays like that a killer here for the Trojan team. 1:49 to play. And they're going to pull the ball out. Santa Barbara ball. Official Jim Weaver getting things organized. And
every once in a while there's some confusion there, so it's good for the refs to kind of take control back and let the girls restart.
9-6 lead for Santa Barbara. They've been in command of this one throughout.
See if the
contra foul called there, as that was Sabina Shackelford trying to work her way in, and Trojan will call for time with 1:32 to play in the fourth, trailing 9-6. For Santa Barbara, balanced scoring here. Shackelford with 3, Abigail Hendricks, Hannah Meyer, Cassidy Miller, all with 2 goals. For Trojan, Kennedy East, Lee Leiter with 2, Yasmin and Hannah Rome with a goal apiece. But now Trojan, Jess, in a tough spot here because not only do they have to score here, then they've got to generate some very fast turnovers.
Absolutely. It's not about just playing defense right now. It's about stealing the ball. They need steals, they need possession, and they need quick goals. But if they can come out here and make a quick turnaround, give themselves maybe another minute or so with a timeout here and there, it's definitely still a possibility. But the way that the Santa Barbara defense has been playing, they are solid. And it looks like they may have been in some championship games in the past, so they know how to take it. Just my 2 cents from the side over here.
Well, you're right. Santa Barbara program, though, that routinely finds themselves, especially on the girls' side, in these championship gold medal finals.
It makes a big difference. It makes a big difference when your friends, your teammates, your siblings are playing in championship games. It makes it easier. 'Cause it's tough. It makes you nervous, for sure.
Well, we got things restarted here with 1:32 to go. 9-6, Santa Barbara in front.
Now we're back underway.
Good pressure here from Santa Barbara, not letting a quick shot happen by Trojan. They're already down to 10 on their shot clock. You can hear Coach Rolfe yelling press. And they're not going to get a shot off here, so what about that defense from Santa Barbara? They pressure Trojan into dumping the ball, and with 1:05 remaining now, Santa Barbara in great shape.
Yeah, it's not just about pressing, because a lot of times a press can be really hard and heavy, and you can be earning fouls, but that was a press no foul situation, and they did a great job. The reason they don't want to foul is because it gives the player a free shot to the goal, which is how Trojan has scored a few of their goals.
So now Santa Barbara here with the ball back, coming out of the timeout. 30 seconds on the shot clock here. Just basically looking to keep it away from Trojan and run things out.
Absolutely. If they can hold on to the ball for 30 seconds, even if they're not getting a shot off, Trojan only has 30 seconds to go. Even if they were to score a goal, Santa Barbara's going to get the ball back. So at this point, this is about just finishing the game out strong, being mentally tough, and putting this practice in your pocket for next year and for future tournaments to come.
Trojan breaks the huddle. Santa Barbara ready to go as well. Don't forget, coming up next, our 14 and under girls championship final as we roll right along here in this championship Sunday. It's going to be Santa Barbara. Yes, the same Santa Barbara club, but of the 14 under variety, taking on Laguna Beach. So that should be a good one coming up next.
We got some drives, some movement from Santa Barbara, which is very indicative of how they've played this entire game.
Under a minute to go now here in the match. 9-6. A fight for the ball, and before a steal can be had, there'll be an exclusion. And this will go against Trojan. That's on Yasmin. That is her third. And we'll get another timeout called by Santa Barbara. So that all for Yasmin, who scored a goal and picks up her third exclusion. And it's a 9-6 lead over Santa Barbara, 51 seconds left. So you had the exclusion on here, and now really Santa Barbara's in the driver's seat. They can wind this down. Maybe Trojan gets one more possession, and then we're out of the game.
Yeah. But it's an interesting approach that Santa Barbara has had, where they said, let's get the ball into set. Let's see what we can do with it. And they ended up getting an ejection, which is great. Power move.
I know you're a fan of the defense as a defender, so maybe this is an obvious answer, but you look at this game, and Santa Barbara's on their way, obviously, to a win here. Is it more what they did offensively or defensively that's gotten them to a championship?
I'd say that it's more of a mentality. They've had a mentality on both the offensive, defensive, and counterattack end, where they're just going hard and going fast. And that's helpful on both defense, right, where they've been coming back, crashing, helping their teammates, fronting the set for the 2-meter player, and on offense as well. They're constantly swimming. So I'm sure that these Santa Barbara girls have done a lot of laps in their training this summer, because they definitely look like they're well conditioned.
51 seconds left as we break the timeout. Santa Barbara on their way to a 12U championship here at 2014 Junior Olympics. And we'll get things started again. Here's Winter. She'll take a look, nothing there.
This is actually great practice for Santa Barbara right now in maintaining ball possession, making smart passes.
Sides coming even. Shot clock about to expire.
So in this situation, especially if it were a closer game at this point, being able to shoot high and try to get a goalie tip out is a really great option there. So not only do you get the ball back, but you get a new shot clock and probably close out the game rather than coming down here and having to play defense.
So Trojan are going to get one last look here as we wind things down. Put it up, off the mark, and that's the game. Santa Barbara, the 2014 12 and under girls JO champions. Gold medalists into the pool, a big celebration and excitement for this Santa Barbara team. They were in command of this one from the start, but credit the Trojan squad for keeping things close throughout and battling this one, forcing Santa Barbara to pull this one out at the very end. We talked about their movement, Jess. That kind of led the day, and they come away with the gold here.
Absolutely. They put in the effort, and they definitely came out with the win. So I think that they'd agree with me in saying that the effort was worth it.
Santa Barbara about set to get their gold medals. They win it 9-6 here over Trojan. Nice effort out of this Trojan squad. Hang around because we're going to have our medal presentations for first, second, and third. We'll come back here with the 14 and under Girls Championship shortly on Coach's Aid, but for Jess Steffens, Greg Musson signing off for now. We'll join you here shortly with 14U. Stay with us on CoachesAid.com.